from the continent of Africa, the beautiful land of Nigeria, destination Kogi State. This is Inside the Confluence, the land of many opportunities. This is Inside the Confluence, your number one internet and television program. The program that promises to showcase happenings within and outside Kogi State. It is also the program that is the bridge between the government and the governed. You want to know what is happening? On today's edition, stick around. My name is Yunusa Gabriel Enama. I'll be back. Welcome back. The program is Inside the Confluence, your number one television and internet program. The program that promises to educate you and inform you about happenings within and outside Kogi State. It is also the program that bridges the gap between the government and the governed. My name is Yunusa Gabriel Enama. On today's edition, I am at the State Secretariat, Phase 2, to speak with the Honorable Commissioner for Rural Development. His name is Honorable Paul Enama. Of course, you do have many questions that you would have loved to ask him, and that is why we stand the gap. Stick around. Don't go away. This is Inside the Confluence, your number one television and internet program designed to educate and inform you about happenings within and outside Kogi State. It is also a program set to be the bridge between the government and the governed. Remember, if you have not spoken or heard on this program, consider not heard or known. Showcase your projects, products, goods and services on Inside the Confluence, and you will be glad you did. For sponsorship and advert placement, call Enama on 0705 4000 395. Inside the Confluence, where ideas meet. Can you kindly introduce yourself to our timid viewer and also explain in brief what your ministry stands for?
Yeah, my name is Honorable Enama Paul, the Honorable Commissioner for Rural Development, Kogi State. And the Ministry of Rural Development is divided into 4 departments. One is rural electrification. One is rural water supply. One is rural feeder roads and community development services. Okay. That is the 4th department of my ministry.
Yes, in the process, maybe if you can tell us some of your achievements so far since assumption into office.
In electrification department, we have done so many things, and that I wouldn't accept as my best, because the best is to truly, when you're far above 80%, that is where you can beat your chest that yes, you've done your best. And in life, nobody can do everything like 100% except God alone. And what we do specifically in rural electrification, you go through the 3 senatorial districts of Kogi State that we have, and we've touched all around a lot. And if we go to the central, which is the senatorial district of the central part of the state, we have done a lot. In Agasa, we have done complete power improvement electrification work in Agasa. Okay. The whole electrification work in Agasa has been completed. And in Ogori, which is part of the senatorial district of the state, we have built an injection substation with 5 MVA there. that is a feat anybody can beat his or her chest that yes, I have done something great. And in the next 25 to 30 years, let the population of Ogori grow geometrically, they won't have problem of power supply in that area. And in Ageva, Inozi, which is part of Central 2 in Okene local government, we came here newly and they came crying that they never had light. And we did our best through the magnanimity of the governor, His Excellency Alhaji Ayabelo, the man who believes in equal distribution of the resources of the state, And we provided power there after looking through the community that yes, basically what they do, they are artisans. They have some men who have barbing salon, women with hairdressing salon, tailoring, vulcanizers, laundry services, and what have you there. We connected them to the national grid in Inuzi Ageva, which is Okene local government. And from the central there, we went to the Western Senatorial District, beginning from the Lokoja town, which is part of the Western Senatorial District. And we connected about 9 communities from Zangudaji injection substation there, down through Felele, lots of communities before you get to Felele, from Felele to Banda, which is, we did the trunk line electrification work for the people there. And we believe today, like Banda community, where my ministry stopped the work before works took from there to Kotun Kerifi. And you discover that out of these 9 communities we're talking about 7 of them had never seen what is power. They've never seen that. They only see that it passes over their head. That's the only thing. And from Jegu injection substation down to Abuja, they never stepped down power for them, which for over 50-60 years. And we had done one of the best anybody can say, yes, I have really tried. And the governor we have today is a governor that loves development and wishes. The problem we are having with the people of the state today, I wouldn't say the people of the state, all few who don't want the development of the state. And what we are doing, we believe that the majority of the people of the state are with us. And we'll keep doing our best. And having done that in the West, we talk about Tokiti Estate, we talk about Army Signal, we talk about 24 region Redeemed Christian Church of God, we talk about Adankolo Riverside, Lokongoma Riverside, and what have you. They have light, yes, but in all these places, they have broken down transformers. And for over some 2 years, some 3 years, they never had light. They were running power with them within their own capacity by providing fuel in their generators. So we made sure that we go around these old places and we provided transformers and did the installation, which we know today they've not come back to complain to us. Really, they are enjoying the power supply in the Western Senatorial District. And in the Eastern Senatorial District, like right now, Itama or Bogodo, we are stepping down power for them. Yeah, during the last administration, they took light from Ayangba to Ogbo, Itama, Elubi to Ogodu, they terminated at the time at Ogodu, and they did not step down power for these 2 communities, Ogbogodo, Ojuo, and Itama. We are doing the step down of power supply there now, and from Ugbabu to Ajio Salifu, that is Aboshua Yosalivu, then to Ajonigbelegu, to Emewe 1, to Emewe 2, and then down to Abosho. We are working there right now. We are, I think, approximately over 40% job is going on now. And we are expecting our full completion materials to be on ground by the end of this week so that they can complete the job. And we are terminating the power at Ajiolo so that Ajiolo can have their own independent power from Ayangba that passes through Dikina. Then we will now shed, I think we will reduce the tension upon Ayangba, Jukuta to Ayangba. Then this will leave Ogbabo to Abosho. They can now have their own independent power line there. That's what we are running on now. And do Ate, Duajo Fomu, or do Gegeli, name them, if not almost all the Odus that we have. From Olowa, we are building an injection substation there for the people of the community, this whole communities, the whole of Odu, I believe. And the work is ongoing already. They finished the line tracing. They are running what is runnable as it regards electrification work. And soon we believe that we want to finish this whole job in the next 2 months, maximum.
What are your peculiar challenges in your ministry that is hindering you, from allowing you to do some cogent project for the rural people?
Yeah, we have challenges, which is a world problem. I think Nigeria, we are now seeing our own recession problem. We had gone around the whole world. It's like we are suffering it at the end now because the recession had gone through the whole world and some of them are just coming out of it. They have not completely recovered. We thank God, God is helping us. And we thank God for the governor we have, the governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Ayabelo, who is determined to see that development stands as his focus against all. Let the state be developed. It shouldn't be codenamed civil servant state again. We must develop. We must provide infrastructures for people. And if you look at, while you were entering, you saw a gentleman walking out of my office. That is the managing director of Colonel Nigeria Limited. That's one of the biggest electrification office in the whole of Nigeria. We are working with them to see to how we can go to rural communities to provide power for them. We're doing our best. And when you look at water, which is one of the responsibility of this ministry in the rural areas, we have gone to almost all the local government, if not all. We have tried to resuscitate, we have tried to rehabilitate, we have tried to do new boreholes, and we are still doing, despite the lean resources that we are having.
It's all right. Does your ministry collaborate with other agencies touching the lives of the rural areas? If it is yes, which are these ministries?
One, we have an agency under this ministry called RUWASA, Rural Water Supply Sanitation Agency. It's RUWASA. We have our rigs there. We can move in, we do hand boreholes there. We do drilling work there. We have the rigs there. We have the whole compressors that we will need to drill water in the state. And we did one in Ajiolo. We provided water in Ajiolo through the efforts of the Auditor General of the state, Alhaji Okala. And we are working on doing so many for some of the assembly members who are really coming to us as it regards their constituency development and all that. So, and we have a project of World Bank, Agricultural Development Bank, a French agency called the Rural Access and Mobility Project, which is RAMP.
Please, let's take this message and I will be back.
Hi,
This is Inside the Confluence, your number one television and internet program designed to educate and inform you about happenings within and outside Kogi State. It is also a program set to be the bridge between the government and the governed. Remember, if you have not spoken or heard on this program, consider not heard or known. Showcase your projects, products, goods and services on Inside the Confluence and you will be glad you did. For sponsorship and advert placement, call Enama on 0705 4000 395. Inside the Confluence, where ideas meet. Yeah, of course it's already raining and most roads, especially the rural roads, are bad. What are you doing to, move out and to alleviate the people, probably fix their roads so that they can bring out their farm produce? What are you doing to that effect?
Yes, the governor had empowered us. Okay. The contractor had an accident while in Lagos for this purpose. He almost lost his life. His friend that were in the same car, they ran, their brake failed, and the car now ran into a railway line and stopped, and the rail that was passing just cleared the car off there. I think as at last week, he was still in Lagos at Lagoon Hospital for his treatment, and we have the money already. We have all our 8 equipment. We have D8 Caterpillar, we have a payloader, we have a grader, we have compactor, we have big 40 tons, metric tons of 2 big tippers. We have different cars for all these feeder roads. And we believe by the end of this month, our machines will be ready. We have been mobilized by the governor already to start moving into all the feeder roads and begin to open up roads for the farmers.
You have sister ministry, like Ministry of Works. Why do you contract your project out again? Don't you think, again, that is going to save some money if you collaborate with your other sister ministry?
We want to get our equipment ready so that if you look at Kogroma now, which is under works, okay, they are almost everywhere working. And we didn't want to wait for anybody to say we are using our compactor now, we are using our grader now, we are using our tipper now, we are using our a bulldozer now, we are using our payloader now. So by the time we get our own fix, we can now stand independent on our own. And we can move to site without any problems anytime.
The slogan is of this present government is government of new direction. How new is the direction? And what is also the slogan of your own ministry?
The real thing about new direction is this. It cannot continue to be business as usual. From the past administrations, they have done their best. We appreciate them. But what we want to do with the code name New Direction for the people of Kogi State is to leave the seat of power better than we met it. We have gone to the whole villages, the real electorates. We've asked them questions. What do you want in your community? What do you want in your community? So that where Subeb is drilling boreholes, where SDG is drilling boreholes, where any other agency or ministry is drilling borehole, you will not see repetition, duplication of functions there. It won't. And it will not help the people having one community having 2 boreholes, one from SDG, one from Subeb, one from another ministry, whereas there are communities that don't see water as in hygienic water to drink. Rather, they go to the stream to take dirty water far from the village.
Community like Ibaji, if I may.
That we know again very well. And we are doing our best to see to how we can put in what we have gathered from the people of the state who are truly the real electorates, people that reside in the hamlets, in the villages, so that we can give back to them what they truly need and what they truly deserve.
Ibaji is one peculiar place with 1,377 square kilometers, which is very, very large. What are you doing there? And what's the ministry or government doing, in that place because of our peculiar terrain?
As I'm talking to you, the road from Ida to Ibaji, that's on Yedega town, had been awarded.
And when is the
You saw the flag had been done by the governor already.
Yes.
And I think I know that the people had been on site, that they are now there. And the secretariat that had been abandoned for too long, I remember we have given approval in council that the secretariat should be furnished with immediate effect. And the palace of the Eje of Ibaji, who is living in Ida, had been awarded for renovation, seriously. I think all the first-class ships in Kogi State. And that is ongoing now. And the electrification work in Ibaji, Onyedega, and some places, we have prioritized how to go about it. And I believe that in the next council, it will be in ESCO for deliberation.
But in all of this, you are saying most times we don't get to hear or to see or to know what this government has been done. Rather, we hear more of negativity instead of positivity. Whose fault it is, yours or the people?
Yeah, our people, what I see in them, as much as I love them, let the truth be the truth. It can't be business as usual. Like I will always tell most of my brothers and my sisters, I am not your leader. I am your servant. I am here to serve the people of Kogi State. You don't hail me. You don't increase my ego. And you don't belittle yourself that you cannot be better than me. The position today is nothing but a temporary thing, which I believe that we should come back home tomorrow as brothers and sisters. And look at it now. Ida to Ejule had been an abandoned road from the previous administrations. We've had people who are mighty in powers and whatever. They come from Ida. People who have occupied positions in Nigeria. But who had ever used that position to develop that road for the people to really go through to enjoy that? Nobody did. But we are doing that. And these people don't see anything good about us. Because we are doing what they could not do. Go to Ibanao, down to Ogugu. The road is there.
Well, don't you think it's onus on you to tell the people what you're actually doing, rather than waiting? Of course, you know that if you don't tell, or you don't, the onus lies on you to disseminate whatever you've done to the people, so that they can appreciate what you're doing. And then you can also have a reference point. We've done this, go and see this, go and do that. And of course have Vox Populi if it is possible, if all of this has been done.
That's where we are calling people like you and others to see to the positive angle of what government is doing. Alhaji Ibrahim Idris, the last administration of Governor Captain Wada, they all did screening. But the fear of second term made everybody to withdraw. But that is what every genuine governor will want to do to increase the standard of living of the people of the state. Just few had been siphoning the fund and the resources of the state. The resources meant for the development of the state. That is just the angle that everybody is capitalizing to criticize this government.
All right, maybe I should talk about the screening of your ministry. Have they been all paid? That screening has been.
And if you look at, I'm coming, sir. People talked about pay salary. I have 84 staffs on the payroll of this ministry from Ministry of Rural Development. To be sincere to you, the 4 persons that had not gotten their salary, they were the people that had problem with age falsification, certificate falsification. 4 of them. And that the governor has given clemency. And I believe they'll get their salary. But who do we? And when people say that outside, pay salary to who now?
Oh, well, I'm hearing for the first time that you only have 4 people that are not paid.
I said 4. It's pasted on the board there of the ministry.
Wow. So, then where is the problem coming? Is it from the government or from the people?
The problem is not from the people. From the government. The problem is truly from the past elites that had failed the state. The past elites that had failed the state. That's where the problem is coming from. And our youths are not saying that the people had truly deprived us, our destiny, the future of our children. And they want to continue to lord over us. And their children will come tomorrow again to lord over us. By taking away the wealth of the state, the resources that is meant for me and you. For us to, the governor has just launched one of the best model primary school. For the pupils. Now, it's a sin. Why should the governor try to build what we cannot build? Why would the governor want to develop what we refuse deliberately to develop? Let the people of this state remain in poverty so that they can keep serving us and serve our children. That had been the prayers of the elites of the state that had ruled and that have failed the people of the state. I expect our people to sit in their closet to see that it is changing for good in Kogi State.
And lastly, before you leave, what legacy do you want to leave behind as a commissioner before your time is up?
If at the end of the prioritized 500 kilometers of rural roads within the state is completed, I believe the people will judge this government fairly. And if what we are prioritizing in water department of the ministry, the rural electrification department of the ministry, the feeder road department of the ministry is completed, if not even complete, let's say 50% of it, if it is done, the people of this state will join themselves together in unison and judge this government fairly. Because the direction of the government is not to steal. It is not to siphon. We have seen a lot of things. And we have, so many, government is a process. Government is a process with conditionalities. It's not something that you would take 1,000 and it's like a pause that you just remove money from. It's not, there are procedures. Paris Fund released, the next thing we are hearing become a different story from our people. Just the few. Money that had not even hit the state. Money that had not even gotten into the hands of government as liquid.
Maybe to solve this, don't you think you should be having a kind of town hall meeting, maybe quarterly, or maybe, from time to time to educate the people about what the workings of your government?
I think that will really help. The governor has directed all his appointees to always return back to the people and explain to them what government is doing, what government intends to do, what government has done.
Thank you very much.
God bless you, sir. Thank you for coming.
Well, this is how far we can go in this edition till we come your way again in another beautiful edition of Inside the Confluence. Please be a patriotic Nigeria, a patriotic Kogite, so that we can move to the next level. God bless you. Remain good and remain blessed. Bye-bye.